This, he believes, and we believe, is the first digital, global, private, meaning no government oversight, no throat to choke, decentralized, and perhaps most important, rules-based monetary system in history. That is a very big idea. Now, what's happening is the developed world is adopting Bitcoin from a reserve point of view faster than we expected. US is proposing putting Bitcoin into the Treasury's reserves. Now, of course, El Salvador has done that. We expected emerging markets to really start, but developed world's coming on. So that's very interesting. Also, institutions understand that this is a new asset class. And
Cathie Wood highlights how disruptive innovation can have a profound impact, especially in fields like genomics, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. Wood's strategy is based on long-term exponential development propelled by technical advancements, in contrast to conventional investing methods that prioritize short-term gains. She emphasizes how businesses driven by innovation are upending established institutions, opening up new markets, and changing industries. She highlights several important findings from ARK Invest's study, which shows how disruptive technologies can beat conventional assets even in unpredictable economic times. Her belief in robotics, artificial intelligence, and Bitcoin as major forces behind future wealth creation has established ARK Invest as a pioneer in theme investment. For more information about cryptocurrencies and the digital asset world, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications if you like this kind of content. Additionally, please feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts. Thank you for watching and enjoy the video.
So that's more than 50 years ago. This, he believes, and we believe, is the first digital, global, private, meaning no government oversight, no throat to choke, decentralized, and perhaps most important, rules-based monetary system in history. That is a very big idea. Now, what's happening is the developed world is adopting Bitcoin from a reserve point of view faster than we expected. US is proposing putting Bitcoin into the Treasury's reserves. Now, of course, El Salvador has done that. We expected emerging markets to really start, but developed world's coming on. So that's very interesting. Also, institutions understand that this is a new asset class. And as fiduciaries, we all need to understand assets that have low correlations, whether we're talking about risk and returns, to other assets. Bitcoin is that. We did a paper called Bitcoin Ringing the Bell for a New Asset Class in 2016. And
is
while
it,
the
is it a
correlations may be
currency
a little...
to you?
Yes?
Is it a currency or a system? How do you view it specifically?
We view it as a monetary system that involves a currency that over time could be used not only for store of value, but means of exchange. Now, it hasn't worked in El Salvador, and maybe it won't work. So store of value, absolutely. But a monetary system, very importantly, like gold, in some ways, serves that store of value. It's one of the most important roles. But we also think this new asset class is a very important role, and institutions, only now that our SEC has turned more friendly, institutions now are considering allocations to Bitcoin, which we think is the most secure of all of the crypto assets out there. It is backed by the largest computer network in the world. It would be very difficult to hack into it. So you've got not only a monetary system, a new asset class, and a technology. Now, I don't know if Bitcoin would be the right blockchain technology for the government to use if it were going to put all of the government's transactions on the system. Probably wouldn't be, but it could be. Let's see what happens. Of course, Elon has been a fan of the crypto asset Doge, D-O-G-E. That's why he named the government efficiency Doge. So that may have something to do with this. Doge is a fork of Bitcoin, interestingly. And while we believe Bitcoin is the real deal in terms of this global monetary system, you never know what this fork of Bitcoin might accomplish. Bitcoin is winning because there is no throat to choke. China shut down Bitcoin. It migrated elsewhere with hardly a hiccup. I think it was in 2017. Now it is receiving more regulatory acceptance, especially in the United States. Remember, our SEC was absolutely hostile to crypto assets of all kind, including Bitcoin, and was driving innovation away from the United States in this space, which of course we thought was terrible. This new administration is embracing it as really the layer of the internet that developers did not build in the early 90s because no one at that time understood that commerce and financial services would take place on the internet. So a country can shut the internet down and deprive its people of the internet. But with a VPN, an individual in one of these countries can, with a wallet, get access to Bitcoin. And if someone comes in and tries to confiscate their assets, to the extent they remember, the code, they won't be giving up their wealth in a tragic situation like that. So I think a lot of more people understand that now, and the wallets are becoming easier to use and access. So we think it will continue to proliferate.
Wood concludes by emphasizing Tesla's distinct edge in the markets for self-driving cars and electric vehicles. Tesla maintains its lead by utilizing affordable battery technology from the consumer electronics sector, whereas many rivals suffer from exorbitant battery costs and manufacturing inefficiencies. This tactical technique maintains great profitability and low production costs. However, automated driving is where Tesla has the greatest competitive advantage. Tesla is far ahead of the competition in the battle to train AI models for self-driving technology because it has access to significantly more real-world driving data than any other firm. To remain up to date on the most recent developments in Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and the digital economy, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications.
Now, Cathie, before we end the session, is there anything else, any theme, any subject that you feel you're excited about other than these three that you would like to share with us?
Well, we do think robotics is, there are two. Robotics with humanoid robots. We think that a $13 trillion opportunity is brewing, half in the home and half in the industrial world. It is amazing the dexterity now that we're beginning to witness in humanoid robots. Tesla, Figure AI, and other companies are racing towards this opportunity. And if you think about it, what is this opportunity? It's the convergence of three of the major technologies around which we have centered our research: robots, energy storage, and artificial intelligence. Just like autonomous vehicles, humanoid robots are the same three sets of technologies. And then, as I mentioned, and I'll close out, because in terms of profound impacts, the idea that AI is going to be a tool used along with sequencing technologies like single cell sequencing. We have 37 trillion cells in our bodies. Now that we can sequence those cells, the idea that the convergence of sequencing, AI, and gene editing techniques can evolve to cure disease is going to prolong human life and, increase the quality of life for people with 4,000 rare diseases out there. It's probably a lot more than 4,000. We've only identified somewhere between 4,000 and 7,000. And so we think healthcare is going to become much more individualized, personalized, and this is something you heard in the telecom bubble. We weren't ready back then. The technologies weren't ready, and they were way, way, way too costly. Now that sequencing technologies are dropping below $200 for one person, we think that the genomic or the multi-omic revolution is ready for prime time. And for the most part, for the price point that Tesla offers, it is still very hard to compete if you're looking at the same power and range. And that's because they have chosen a different kind of battery technology. They rode down the consumer electronics battery cost curve as opposed to developing a whole new battery pack system. And that is still serving to their benefit from a ability to lower prices and remain profitable. If other EV companies lowered prices to the same level for the same power and range, they would lose money. So that's the first. But more important now is the move towards autonomous mobility. And Tesla has collected, by orders of magnitude, more data on real world driving miles than all of the other competitors put together. And in AI, the name of the game, and of course, autonomous mobility is the largest AI project in the world, as I mentioned, the name of the game is having the most proprietary data in order to surface those they're called I've forgotten what they're called. They're called edge cases. They're called edge cases. Those accidents that occur very infrequently. Tesla is able to do that while very few other companies would be able to, mostly because they've seen everything. Their cars have seen everything. They've had all kinds of storms around the world. They've seen all kinds of stop signs, which are different in different parts of the world. And so this is giving Tesla an edge in terms of autonomous mobility, which we believe is winner take most. So in the US, if you look at, and you'll see in our Big Ideas 2025, we just put it out last week, and it's on our website, ARK-Invest.com. In 2014, when we started the company, we listed the companies that were going after autonomy. Only 2 are left from that original 10. Tesla, which was much delayed, and Waymo. This is, of course, in the US.
With an emphasis on the revolutionary potential of robotics, artificial intelligence, and genetic technology, Cathie Wood presents her audacious predictions for the future in this last segment. She draws attention to the growing popularity of humanoid robots, projecting an astounding $13 trillion in potential use, divided between residential and commercial settings. Companies like Tesla and Figure AI are at the forefront of this race, pushing the limits of automation by utilizing the confluence of energy storage, robotics, and artificial intelligence. Wood also highlights how AI has a significant impact on healthcare. She describes how gene editing, gene sequencing, and artificial intelligence could transform medicine. Scientists can better understand and cure genetic illnesses if they can sequence individual cells, of which there are an estimated 37 trillion in our body. Personalized treatment is now more affordable than ever thanks to the ongoing decrease in sequencing costs, which are currently under $200 per individual. Wood thinks that this multi-omic revolution, which promises longer and better lives, is finally ready for broad adoption. Wood ends by citing the most recent analysis from ARK Invest, which highlights how disruptive technologies are developing at a never-before-seen rate. She thinks we are on the verge of a technology revolution that will transform industries and enhance human life in ways we haven't yet fully comprehended as Tesla, AI-driven robotics, and genomics continue to advance. Also, a quick reminder, only a small percentage of viewers are subscribed. If you enjoy deep dives into crypto and finance, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free and helps the channel grow. And as always, happy investing.